Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Dr. Zam and fellow friends. We are from Group 5 and today we are going to present about the topic halal and haram issues and challenges in food industry. So we will start with the introduction. Halal is defined as a phrase that is originated from Arabic, which means permitted or allowed by the Islamic law. It is the term used to indicate or understood as a meaning that a certain product is permissible to be consumed by Muslims and allowed in Islam. The ISO code for halal standard is MS 1500-2009. It includes the guidelines recommended for the handling and preparation of food products for companies to apply halal certification. Halal standard is represented by Jabatan Kemajuan Islam Malaysia, or also known as JAKIM. This is the logo for JAKIM. Okay. There are several issues that is related to halal in terms of halal logo, certificate, ingredients, and many other. These issues may bring disadvantages to halal industry in Malaysia because majority of Malaysians are Muslims. Other than that, there are also several challenges faced by government agencies and business owners during the implementation of halal. Preventative measures should be taken in order to avoid the rise of confusion in consumers and to maintain the consumers' trust on Malaysian halal standard. Hence, that is why JAKIM is enforced to protect Muslim consumers in Malaysia and to assure them to seek for halal products as urged by Sharia.
Next is halal issues in Malaysia. In Malaysia, there are a lot of cases regarding halal certificate issues. One of them is by displaying the halal logo without a valid certificate. Recently, KPD and HEP Perak seized the halal logo that was displayed at two food preparation premises in Teluk Intan. After investigation, it is found that the premise did not apply for the certificate from the beginning. This is made due to the halal certificate is quite complicated process as there are many standards should be followed to get the certification. These local food manufacturers that do not comply with the Malaysia halal standards, as well as they cannot prove any documents indicating that their product can be labelled as halal. This issue is still the darkness and uncertainty among Muslim consumers when they are intending to purchase food product. The second inspection involved the cake and bread business premises, which were found to have an expired halal certificate. This might be due to some of the manufacturers were not aware that their halal certification has expired or they refuse to renew it. Halal certificate is valid only for 2 years and it is difficult for them to always renew the halal certificate since it costs money and time. After investigation, there are some ingredients and cake making sites that have not been declared, and the halal status of the ingredients is questionable. The concept of halal can no longer be restricted to simply meaning food that is pork free, but also include all the ingredients inside the food product. In addition, the hygienic of the ingredients and the production place need to follow the standard to get the halal certificate. The problem of the manufacturers in Malaysia, most of them are they do not understand the actual concept of halal as if they are doing it just for the sake of gaining confidence from the Muslim consumer.
Next, challenges of halal implementation in Malaysia. Challenge faced by the government agencies in developing the Malaysian halal industry. First, provide an understanding of the concept and law of halal to Muslim and non-Muslim entrepreneurs. There are still entrepreneurs who are openly make a claim such as halal guaranteed pork or alcohol-free, Muslim-made, Bumiputra product, and any statements to mean that those products have halal certification from competent authorities. They do not know that falsely claiming that food is halal on a signage and other marks can be offense to falsely label food on the Halal and Trade Description Act of 1997. Next, provide understanding to users and Malaysians in general about the halal certification process and the jurisdiction and role of each body involved. There are manufacturers and individuals who states that it is the responsibility of the authorities to ensure that all products are certified as halal. Every time there is a halal-related case that becomes viral, people will simply blame the Jakim, even though the manufacturers of that product have never applied for halal certification and have never made a statement that their product is halal. Government agencies plays an important role to improve the knowledge and understanding of the manufacturers and consumers on the concept and importance of halalan thayyiban and halal certification. Besides, educational programs in school, halal exhibitions, mass media campaigns, and social activities are some of the efforts to educate and promote awareness for the manufacturers and consumers. Next, application of halal certificate is time-consuming. This is due to the strict SOP, delay in convening meetings by the HCP, and inflexible decisions made by the Shariah officers. Lack of manpower also caused the delay in giving halal certification, especially when so many halal certification applications are received at one time. There is a need to increase the knowledge and skills of the officers, utilize a more updated technology system, improve customer service, and develop a checklist for halal raw materials. Besides, improvements of My e-halal system will increase the number of applications for halal certifications, which will increase the number of halal certified companies and strengthen the halal industry in Malaysia.
And the next challenge of halal implementation in Malaysia is a challenge faced by the business operator, especially small and medium enterprise, who are interested in applying halal certificate. The first challenge are expense incurred to maintain system compliance. The challenges are, first, according to Azizi Abu Bakar, finance is the main problem in sustaining business. As for the beginner, the expense is usually up to 10% than usual cost. This is because halal certificate by SME need to separate between halal and non-halal product. So the solution from government is government from Ministry of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperative under budget 2020 provide 10 million ringgit for small and medium enterprise to apply halal certificate. So in return, this will prepare Malaysian small and medium enterprise to compete in international market. And the second challenge is lack of Islamic finance for halal industry to sustain. So the solution is the establishment of Lembaga Tabung Haji as one of the benchmark by government to push halal industry in both banking and finance, and as well as consumer good in market demand for its product and service. The next challenge by small and medium enterprise is lack of knowledge among small and medium enterprise in marketing technique. First challenge is competitiveness among
SMEs gradually increase every year, but some of them still lack in marketing techniques. So the solution is for marketing efforts, interior marketing strategy is needed, such as identify new customer, develop new products on demands in accordance to target market needs. Other than that, SME can learn to use marketing tools that low cost and have direct link with social media. And the second challenge is do not regard branding as one of the main strategies. So in order to penetrate new business markets, small and medium-sized company can improve their branding role, revolutionize, embrace and respond to competition and stay important to the existing market. And the last challenge faced by SME is supply chain management. As we know, they are small and medium enterprise, so the challenge are inconsistent in standardization between supplier and company. And the second challenge is negotiations were often confrontational and underpinned by a win-lose philosophy, the outcome of which often lead to a change of supplier between new SMEs and supplier. So the solution for this, the interaction between organizations can be predominantly restricted to the level of buyer and supplier, typified by formal transaction type paperwork system, which were used as the most frequent media of communication. So the supplier cannot change the price or tag without the consent of SME first. So there will be less change of supplier in the SMEs.
Next, we will move on to conclusion. In conclusion, halal industry is growing more and more every year and largely contributes to the economic growth of Malaysia. The issues and challenges in the implementation of halal in Malaysia needs to be taken seriously since it can affect the integrity of Malaysian halal standard. Other than that, it can also affect the sensitivity of Muslims since they are the majority in Malaysia and halal is mandatory for Islamic religion. Concerned parties should take action regarding this matter in order to prevent consumers' mistrust and to let food business operators in Malaysia have a solid platform to implement the halal concept in their businesses. Next is the list for our references. These are our references. So that is all from us. Thank you so much for listening.